What's good, y'all? Back with another video. Alright, now in this one I want to talk about GTA 6. And I feel like it's the CIA got their hands all in this motherfucker, man. Now I don't know if y'all know too much about the CIA. And listen, video games are important. When it comes to crypto and these elites and AI and these cyberpunks, video games come into that whole thing. But let's start with the video, because I got a lot to say about this shit.
Some of the games you grew up playing were not the safe private spaces you thought they were. Some of the people who paid for them were not the people named in the credits. Some of them weren't really games at all. They were something else entirely dressed up in a game's clothing.
This is really what has changed. We have built a panopticon, but what sits at the top of it is a computer. That computer witnesses everything we do.
Billions of dollars are spent spying on Americans, whether it's NSA or CIA or FBI.
Imagine the data you've shared and all the hours you've spent gaming. Then scale that up to 3 billion people from every country on the planet, across the US, UK, all of Europe, China, Russia, Iran.
And all this information that used to be ephemeral, right? Where were you when you were 8 years old, you know? Where'd you go after you had a bad breakup? You know, who'd you spend the night with? Who'd you call after? All this information used to be ephemeral, meaning it disappeared, right? Like the morning dew, it would be gone. No one would remember it. But now these things are stored. Now these things are saved.
But the real truth is, if mass surveillance were the only crime here, this would be a much shorter story. But it's also about changing the past and engineering the future, maybe permanently for all of us.
I think the military knows full well what it's doing, and I think their intent is to indoctrinate children at the youngest age.
And the twisted irony is that the very medium, intelligence...
And you see Grand Theft Auto right there. Grand Theft Auto, I see
agencies are active.
Metal Gear Solid 2, that's my shit. A lot of these games have so many hidden messages in them, man.
Targeting is the same medium that's been warning us for decades.
What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development.
This is in Metal Gear Solid 2 from the game.
Of convenient half-truths.
That's from Metal Gear Solid 2, a game released in November 2001, 2 months after 9/11. It describes a shadowy AI network called the Patriot that secretly filters what information reaches the public, which is not far from what the NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden revealed to the world years later. And then there's this prescient theory from Deus Ex, released.
And this motherfucker looked just like Elon Musk. Deus Ex. I believe that means something God. The AI God, or God from Deus Ex. God from AI. So Deus Ex is God from, but there was another part. God from the machine. Deus Ex. Isn't that a movie or something like that? But yeah, God from machine. So they're trying to make a God from the machine. This is a game.
In 2000.
Some people just don't understand the dangers of indiscriminate surveillance.
They need to be observed and understood is what's said.
They go Zoran again. They go to motherfucking Hive Mind.
Spied by God. Now, we can implement the same functionality with data mining algorithms.
Since then, gaming has evolved into a new frontier for intelligence operations and interventions, like when government intelligence operatives practically invaded World of Warcraft and Second Life.
Anyone playing the game World of Warcraft as druids, death knights, warlocks could also have another designation, surveillance targets. According to newly disclosed classified documents, the NSA and its British counterpart have been infiltrating World of Warcraft, another online game called Second Life, and the Xbox Live console.
There was actually one
Hey yo. Wasn't it called Second Life? Hold on, son.
Could also have another designation, surveillance
Life.
targets. According to newly disclosed classified documents, the NSA
With the furries and all that?
and its British counterpart have been infiltrating World of Warcraft, another online game called Second Life, and the Xbox Live console.
There was actually one fictitious scenario presented at a conference in which players in the game were talking about casting a fire spell, but really they were talking about setting off a bomb outside the White House.
Actually, there were so many government agents in World of Warcraft from so many different agencies that they kept bumping into each other. The NSA had to set up a dedicated unit whose only job was to stop spies from one US agency from surveilling spies from another US agency inside a fantasy game. The official justification for this was counter-terrorism, and there was some truth in that. The Islamic State once revealed custom modifications of Grand Theft Auto 5 built to recruit fighters and let players reenact real terror attacks. They also built playable replicas of terrorist attacks inside Minecraft, used as recruitment material aimed at children. And by the 2020s, the FBI was issuing formal public warnings about groups using Roblox to radicalize, groom, and in some cases coerce kids into harmful acts on camera.
There's a lot of different approaches they take, but always employing some kind of deception, some kind of threat, or promises of money or gifts to get that young person to open up and talk to them.
But there's also a long track history of sensitive military information getting leaked on games or by gamers that show you why the CIA wants a presence here. In April 2023, the most serious US intelligence breach in Snowden surfaced through a Minecraft Discord server called Thug Shaker Central. The leaker was a 21-year-old Massachusetts Air National Guardsman named Jack Teixeira, an intelligence analyst who'd been granted top secret clearance at the age of 19. He'd been photographing classified Pentagon documents on his family kitchen's table and posting them to roughly 40 gamers in his Discord group to win arguments and show off. He was eventually sentenced to 15 years in prison. And it wasn't a one-off. For years, players of the tank game War Thunder have been leaking genuine classified military documents to win forum arguments about how
Second Life. Was it called? It was called Second Life, right? This nigga Seymour did a whole video about the furries and Second Life and Dogecoin.
accurately their tanks are modeled in the game. That list includes the British Challenger 2 tank, the American F-15E Strike Eagle, the AH-64 Apache Technical Manual, the AV-8B Harrier, multiple Russian and Chinese main battle tanks, and a full 730-page dossier on the Eurofighter Typhoon.
So the game was filled with a bunch of CIA from different organizations, and they all was undercover. What is this, like some fucking
July 2021, a player was arguing about the British Challenger 2 main battle tank. To settle the disagreement, they posted basically the tank's operating manual, an action that quickly got the UK Ministry of Defense involved. Then 3 months later, a French player, claiming to be a crew member in a Leclerc Série 2 tank, in service since 1992, again got into an argument about the capabilities of their tank, my tank, your tank, and again posted part of the tank's operation manual. Come on, guys!
But what the intelligence community really wants from gaming isn't just what you did inside of it, it's what you believe when you come out. And they might just change the course of someone's life in the time between. And nowhere is this more pervasive than in the biggest video game franchise of all time. That franchise is Call of Duty. Call of Duty is the biggest video game franchise.
I feel like GTA isn't just a game. It's one of these. It's a tool. Like, for GTA 5, like I said, that game lasted for 10 years. It lasted from 2013, that's when it came out, up until right now. people are still currently playing that game. And the creator CEO said he wants GTA 6 to last for 20 years. So everything that they're saying right now about Call of Duty and all these other games, and the way they're making it so realistic, and they have the NPCs now can remember everything. So now each individual non-playable character, each pedestrian will have a memory. I don't know if each one is sentient. There's been people who worked at Google who quit saying that AI is sentient. So imagine if each NPC is sentient, and now they're putting that in our video games now. But not only that, but they're taking that information and they're spying on us, and they're building 20 years of a video game. That's fun for us, but what are they doing with that information? What the fuck are they doing with that information? I always felt like GTA. And then this motherfucker Mark Zuckerberg want to put this shit in the... Watch my last live. He want to put this shit in the motherfucking... He want to put this shit in the metaverse. Like I said, the number 7 is the number of completion. 6 might be that... might be that door. But after 7, they gonna lock that motherfucker. 6 might be the entry point. But by the time we get to 7, it's complete. We'll be in the metaverse. They'll have... And I'm still waiting to see if they're going to implement cryptocurrency into GTA.
In history, it's bigger even than the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and for over 20 years, the US military has helped dictate its content. Since 2005, almost every mainline Call of Duty has employed a Pentagon military advisor. The most prolific is Hank Kiersey, a retired lieutenant colonel who served in the 82nd Airborne and taught at West Point. He stated his assistance was mostly for the purposes of gameplay and realism.
So I'm able to give the last little bit of fidelity on making sure the game is as close as possible to what you would hear, feel, sound like as a real soldier in a game.
When Modern Warfare came out, about 6 hours in, the player reaches a mission set on a road the game calls Tariq Amwat. In English, that means the Highway of Death. It involves a convoy of civilians trying to flee, bombed from the air, and hundreds are dead. In the game, the narrator says it was the Russians.
Try to escape to the mountains. There is only one road, Tariq Amwat, the Highway of Death. The Russians bombed it during the invasion.
Both ways, with COD actively galvanizing interest in US Army recruitment and supporting training.
He also told me it's a great training product. I've had him link the Xboxes together, and the sergeant will actually train his teams with the Modern Warfare game.
Cool.
They use the game as a training tool.
Training.
He also told me it's a great training product. I've had him link the Xboxes together, and the sergeant will actually train his teams with the Modern Warfare game.
Call of Duty Rabbit Hole gets a whole lot stranger though. By 20...
Like they're training humans. Humans are using this video game to train in scenarios. Like the games are so realistic that they could train certain scenarios in this video game to train this team. This is a motherfucking... You understand? So it's like, we over here playing a game, but this shit is more than a game. This is training.
2014, the franchise had released Black Ops and Black Ops 2, and the man who directed both of them...
Imagine if you was to put AI into this game and have AI play certain simulations, so now when it gets to the real world, it can reenact these same simulations because it had the training in these fields, in these different levels, in these different environments, in these different... Y'all know what the fuck I'm trying to say. It's crazy.
was called Dave Anthony. In September 2014, he left Activision and joined the Atlantic Council, one of Washington's most influential foreign policy institutions, funded by Lockheed Martin, NATO, and the US State Department. Specifically, he joined the Art of Future War project, hired to imagine new forms of terrorist attacks. For his first conference appearance, Anthony presented a scenario arguing how easy it would be for terrorists to carry out a lone wolf attack on a hotel in Las Vegas.
One of my great fears, which I'm going to use as an example of this, is what would happen if this attack took place on our mainland, and I'm going to use Las Vegas as an example. It could be that you have 100 of these guys who may be on our soil right now, who may even be US citizens, who could legally walk into whatever gun store they choose, buy some assault rifles and start attacking soft targets. And that the instability that this would cause to our country would be incredible and immense.
3 years later, on October 1st, 2017, very eerily 3 years to the exact date of that talk getting posted online, a man named Stephen Paddock checked into the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel in Las Vegas and opened fire on a country music festival below. 60 people were killed and 800 wounded, and it remains one of the deadliest and most mysterious mass shootings by a single perpetrator in American history. Incidentally, in that same talk, Anthony explicitly names Edward Snowden as a villain.
Edward Snowden looks like the sort of head of the chess club. And, he's one individual with technology in the wrong hands and information in the wrong hands can cause massive instability and destabilization to the country these days.
And he isn't an outlier. Activision is bristling with people who've spent careers in the national security state, stereotyping numerous other nations as their immoral enemies. But once, the opposite happened. Take Spec Ops The Line, which halfway through forces the player to commit a white phosphorus attack on civilians that was deliberately modeled on a real US war crime in Iraq, violated gambling laws. But it still happens on unsuspecting places, including in benign games that don't even look American. In July 2016, a mobile game launched that got 1 billion people to walk outside, point their phone cameras at their own streets, and then send the footage back to a server. If you didn't play it yourself, you know people who did, and that game was Pokemon Go. It was developed by Niantic, a company founded by a former US State Department official. So if you thought this game was a Japanese export, you were wrong. Before Niantic, that official had run a satellite mapping startup called Keyhole, and in February 2003, Keyhole received early stage funding from In-Q-Tel, the venture capital arm of the CIA. The Q is a reference to Q from James Bond. Within weeks of the CIA's investment, Keyhole's mapping software was used by the Pentagon to brief US military commanders on bombing targets in Iraq. Google eventually acquired the company in 2004 for $35 million and renamed the software Google Earth. Pokemon Go launched with more daily users than Twitter within a week. Every street, every park, every schoolyard all scanned and sent to the server with full user permissions. The US Energy Department got worried enough to call Niantic directly because Pokestops had started appearing inside top secret nuclear facilities. The IDF even banned soldiers from
like this video game shit is fucking crazy. Like the intro part still got me fucked up. Like that shit got my mind just like, wait, what?
Europe, China, Russia, Iran.
And all this information that used to be ephemeral, right? Where were you when you were 8 years old, you know? Where'd you go after you had a bad breakup? You know, who'd you spend the night with? Who'd you call after? All this information used to be ephemeral, meaning it disappeared, right? Like the morning dew, it would be gone. No one would remember it. But now, these things are stored. Now, these things are saved.
But the real truth is, if mass surveillance were the only crime here, this would be a much shorter story. But it's also about changing the past and engineering the future, maybe permanently for all of us.
I think the military knows full well what it's doing, and I think their intent is to indoctrinate children at the youngest age.
And the twisted irony is that the very medium intelligence agencies are actively
convenient half-truths.
That's from Metal Gear Solid 2, a game released in November 2001, 2 months after 9/11. It describes a shadowy AI network called the Patriots.
Warlocks could also have another designation, surveillance targets. According to newly disclosed classified documents, the NSA and its British counterpart surveillance Warcraft as druids.
He invaded World of Warcraft and Second Life.
Anyone playing the game World of Warcraft as druids, death knights, warlocks could also have another designation, surveillance targets. According to newly disclosed classified documents, the NSA and its British counterpart have been infiltrating World of Warcraft, another online game called Second Life, and the Xbox Live console.
There was actually one fictitious scenario presented at a conference in which players in the game were talking about casting a fire spell, but really they were talking.
Like this shit is crazy. So GTA 6. Video games period. That shit's a tool. And these creators and these owners and these ex CIA, and they're definitely have their hands all in this shit. And I was watching this shit about GTA not having a physical disc. It's only gonna be a digital download. Like, it's just gonna be an online thing. And you could just, like, it's like you're loading into the, I'm telling you, GTA 7 might be this right here. Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, this is one of the all-time greats, and we've been working for years to bring it to Quest.
I'm excited to announce that the Rockstar Games classic Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is in development for Quest 2. This new version of what I think is one of the greatest games ever made will offer players an entirely new way to experience this iconic open world in virtual reality.
That's it, Mark. I'm moving to the metaverse.
All right, thanks, Deb. This is going to be amazing.
And then they cancel that shit. Like, they, and then it's canceled, or it's until further whatever the fuck, but they stop talking about it. But as all these topics come up, it's like, yo, they spent $2 billion on GTA 6 to be created.
It's been ridiculous. I mean, from not only just my channel, but just so many people's channels. Twitter, it's been going crazy. You got people speaking on a lot of the rumors, the leaks, supposed credible sources, and then of course we get like little bits and pieces from Rockstar themselves. It's like giving us a little piece of cheese and we're just nibbling on it, and realizes everyone was, wait a minute, why does it say how many players the game is on both the PlayStation Store and the Xbox? Talking about your title, thumbnail, your click, multiplayer for such a juggernaut of a game. Like, this is the biggest game of all time. And no, I didn't say they weren't, you know, it's a single player game. See, a lot of you guys don't know what happened a few years ago, and I just got woken up to this. It's one of the biggest games of all time. I forgot that this actually happened.
Ping pong and Tetris and all this shit.
Recently,
like,
on my stream, my
really
chat
in the world
made it aware to me
this
that
is not
Rockstar had recently changed the name of GTA 5 Online. And I remember this happened a few years ago, early on during the pandemic.
They spent,
I think it was March 15th of 2022.
$2 billion.
Rockstar changed GTA 5 Online to GTA Online.
The Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in Dubai. You understand? Like, they not playing with this shit. This is not a fucking game for them. The CIA, this gotta be a tool. I don't know what they got planned.
They made it its own separate thing. That being said, when they brought that to my attention, I said, wait a minute, this is going to be bigger, and this is going to be way more massive than I thought. Because, of course, Rockstar bought 5M. They own 5M. They got rid of almost everybody, if I'm not mistaken.
5M is a server where, because Grand Theft Auto has, there's levels to Grand Theft Auto. There's a Grand Theft Auto on Xbox and PlayStation. That's the one that we all know. But then on PC, there's a company named 5M that has a PC version where they had rappers like T Grizzly and Chief Keef and all these guys who had their own server. But like, if you had a Telegram, you could have, let's say, a Doge GF server. Everyone in Doge GF could join the server, and they had to play, it's called GTA RP. You had to role play. So if you was a police officer, you had to role play as a police officer. If you was a, you know, so on and so forth, you had to role play whatever you were in the game. And you had to pay whoever owned that group. So whoever owned and ran that group, you had to pay them to come into the server every month. So there were people making a living off these servers, you know, from this company 5M, who created this application, I guess. But then Rockstar bought 5M. And everybody was like, what the fuck? Are they going to add a role play into Grand Theft Auto? Which makes me believe if they do, because people were making money, like money with this shit. So if they add that to this, are they gonna pay us money? Are they? That's why I keep thinking about cryptocurrency. I'm like, yo, this would be the ultimate way to get people into crypto. One of the best ways to get, they have everyone's attention. This is the attention economy. What other way to get the masses into crypto? So I'm hopeful for the bull. And this comes out around November. This all leads into the bull run. This whole thing leads into the bull run.
From who originally worked with 5M, well, you know, people say that on Reddit. I don't know what to believe anymore. However, this is going to be way bigger than what we think. And this rollout of just a pre-order is just a small tidbit of what's to come. So let's actually break this down. So what led to them removing the multiplayer from the base game on only consoles? Because for those that don't know, you can go on the PS5 right now, you can go on your Xbox Series X, and you can purchase GTA's multiplayer by itself without the single player. The reason why this is important is because when you look at the grand scheme of things, this looks like a murder mystery. You ever seen those documentaries when they're trying to crack down on this serial killer?
All right.
So you overanalyze, and everything that's been said and shown has been in front of us the whole time. GTA 5 was generating at one point $1.2 million a day across all platforms, including PC.
1 point something million a day. And that's Grand Theft Auto 5. And the game came out 10 years ago, and it's still producing 1 point something million a day. The game came out over in 2013, bro. It came out for PS3, PlayStation 3. They upgraded it for PS4, and then another upgrade for PS5. They're milking. This is history. So for those who just look at GTA, oh, it's a game, oh, whatever, it's a game. This is not a fucking game. This is a motherfucking tool. This is a tool. This is a weapon. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it. But this ain't a fucking game. You know, so I think this, and if they put crypto in this shit, this will get the masses in. Like, this is, and it comes around November. This is the perfect time for the bull run. I don't see too many guys talking about this shit. I could be wrong, but fuck it. I've been wrong plenty of times. I still got those GFs. If I'm wrong, I'm going down. But if I'm right, I'm right. But GTA, 1 point something million a day. Imagine what 6 is gonna do. GTA 3 was in New York. GTA Vice City was in Florida. San Andreas was in Cali. That was the original trio. Then they made Grand Theft Auto 4 back in New York. Grand Theft Auto 5 back in Cali. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be back in Miami. The creators of the game, their ultimate goal is to make GTA Americas, where they want to connect all the maps. They want to connect New York, Miami, and Florida to New York, Miami, and Cali all together, so we could fly seamlessly from each state to state and make one massive game. This is the metaverse, man. Like, come on, like no other game has this much reach, has this much money put into it, has this much freedom, has this much attention. Yo, this game is 10 years old. 1 point something million a day. A day, guaranteed. Imagine when 6 comes out and they make it more realistic with more things to do and more. And what's the CIA gonna do? And like, yo. But then they have like the exact. It's kind of crazy, man.
and strategic communication materials for the US Department of Defense. In August 2011, Hekmati flew to Tehran to visit his grandmother's. He had never been to Iran before. 2 weeks into the trip, while visiting his aunt, he was arrested by Iranian intelligence officers. He said he was interrogated for up to 20 hours a day, and according to his testimony,
Yeah, this is just gonna be a short one. But Grand Theft Auto definitely, I believe, has ties with the government, bro. I really believe that shit. They have ties with the government because I think so. I truly think so, you know. Like they're all agents. Even with them, like all the backlash they got back in the day about it being too violent, and they would like, it's all planned. It's all planned. They knew they would get backlash. They didn't give a fuck. They have the guys in certain seats to pass the laws anyway. Yeah, we'll get backlash, whatever. They'll be all right. You know. They took over the world. They took over America. Maybe they're trying to take over the world. I don't know. And that's why everyone hates America. Like, they see what they're trying to do, and only the Americans, like, we allow it. We're not fighting back. We don't. And now they got the AI. Even if we do start waking up. Now we gotta worry about the AI. Even if the police and all the guys that they have working for them wake up, it doesn't matter anymore because now we have the AI to protect the elites. Because now they have defund the police, so it's like the elite at the top, and they could just milk us for everything. They're just gonna. The real world's gonna get so fucked up. They just gonna give us drugs. Damn, what's his name? I don't know if this is. Here we go. I hit him.
What his biggest concern is going to be in the future, watch what he says here.
And it's always the guys with the accents. You ever notice that? It's always the guy with the funny accent.
The big political and economic question of the 21st century will be, what do we need humans for? Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
What do we need humans for? What do we need so many humans for? The Georgia Guidestones. What is it? Under 500,000? No, 500 million? They don't want any more than 500 million people on this planet.
Do you have an answer in the book?
At present, the best guess we have is keep them happy with drugs and computer games.
Did you hear what he said?
Keep them happy with drugs and computer games. What are we gonna do with all these useless humans, the permanent underclass? We're gonna get them drugs and video games. That's Cyberpunk 2077. That's The Matrix. That's Grand Theft Auto. The nigga said he wants the game to last for 20 years. They're legalizing marijuana. They're making them more potent. They have legal injection sites where you can legally go inside and inject yourself with drugs. Because they don't want you on the streets anymore. So they put you on a...
Keep them happy with drugs and computer games, okay? So keep this in mind. This is not a regular guy, by the way, that we're talking about, right? This is Klaus Schwab. Barack Obama's recommended his books. Bill Gates has recommended his book. He's got relationships with Macron, with Merkel, with all the major leaders you can be thinking about. His net worth is a $15 to $20 million guy. a regular guy, by the way, that we're talking.
Computer games.
Did you hear what he?
At present, the best guess we have is keep them happy with drugs and computer games.
Did you hear what he said? Keep them happy with drugs and computer games. Okay. So keep this in mind.
You know, so when I think of games like GTA and what the CIA did with Call of Duty, it's like, damn. I see all these streamers just waiting for this game to come out. They just want to become famous with the streaming shit. Like, look what they did with the Casanat. Like, they're gonna be in the house all day. The economy's fucked up. They can't make a living. They're gonna use this game to They're gonna use this game to try to make a living, to try to become a content creators. And they're never gonna leave their house. They couldn't make it into streaming university, so they're gonna use this as an opportunity. This game, man, the future is crazy with all this AI technology and what Elon Musk and all these guys is doing. It's gonna be crazy. No funny shit, man. It's gonna get real crazy. I'm still buying my crypto. I'm still buying the dip. I don't fucking know besides that though. If I can, if there's any GTA coins. Matter of fact, what time is it? Oh, my crypto scanner should be running on Claude. It runs every morning. I'll check it out in a few. But I'm gonna look for some GTA 6 coins, see if I could get any coins, see if there's any coins. I'll start having it search on the web to see if there's any updates and any talks about GTA 6 currencies, any new or any type of speculation, because this is a real thing. I could be wrong, but I've been watching this shit for a while, and it's like where we are with AI and technology and the economy, and with the elites and everything trying to go to space, and the rapid growth of AI. This shit is getting so smart so fast, bro. This shit is crazy. And we just here playing with this shit. Like, we over here making stupid videos. We just playing with this shit, bro. Man, niggas just here playing with this shit now. I'm just trying to get rich. I'm just trying to build my boat. They call this the Noah's Ark. This is the digital Noah's Ark. Build my boat, get all my people on that shit, because this shit about to get real crazy in a few.
They posted basically the tank's operating manual, an action that quickly got the UK Ministry of Defence involved. Then 3 months later, a French player
with us.
I think the military knows full well what it's doing, and I think that
Theory from Deus Ex, released in 2000.
I gotta play this game, Deus Ex. What is it? God of Machines?
What the NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden revealed to the world years later. And then there's this prescient theory from...
Games ain't gonna lie, because I want to find out what some of these cyberpunk guys, like, what they have in these games. A lot of shit's already written. And a lot of things is in these games on how things are gonna play out, or how they envision things playing out in the future. And I definitely want to see if there's any answers to what, because I see the Matrix, I seen the Animatrix, but it's like, what the fuck is the end goal, you know, behind all this shit? Like, what the fuck is the end goal? Like, this shit's crazy. Like, what the fuck is the end goal here? But I don't know. I'm off today. I'm up. I might make another fucking video. I don't know. I'm gonna find some more shit to talk about. But yeah, GTA 6 is definitely a motherfucking government tool that they're gonna use in your black ass. To find out everything about you, to record all your traits, to record everything, I guess. How violent you are. If you rather do this, or if you rather do this, and this could tap into your... They could even add this shit to your... What's that shit with your credit score? Your... They're gonna have all these new things with the AI and your... The type of person that you are. They can implement all this shit online. It's crazy what's going on with this economy. But and then UBI. See, now this ties into the whole UBI thing with the play to earn, because they have play to earn and listen to earn, because I was into Gala music and Gala games and everything like that. And then a play to earn is when you would play the games to earn money. And when I first saw that, I'm like, yo, this definitely could tie into the whole UBI thing, the universal basic income. Because if there's no jobs, and I could see GTA 6 being one of those play to earn type of games. It could be the play to earn game. You know, the game to get the masses into... GTA 6 could be the tool to get the masses in, especially if they implement play to earn. They have everyone's attention. Like, this is the best rollout, the best ad marketing, the best, whatever you want to call it. And the bull run is right around the corner. Like, this is like the perfect... Yo, this is the perfect storm. If they pull this off. So it comes out in November for GTA 6. So I'm gonna start studying the charts and my exit. I could be fucking totally wrong, but I know on the Benner chart, 2026 is the top, if I'm not mistaken. So we gonna see about that chart and the release date of GTA 6, even if it leads into 2027. If they have any talks about cryptocurrency, I'm gonna look into that. But yeah, I think the CIA got something to do with that shit, because they got their hands all over all these games.
From Juice X, released in 2000.
Some people just don't understand the dangers of indiscriminate surveillance.
This motherfucker looks like Elon Musk. Deuce X, what that stand for again? God from machine. Like, they're trying to make a God from the machines. All knowing, all seeing. The all seeing eye. That nigga look just like Elon Musk. Like, who is that?
2000.
Some people just don't understand the dangers of indiscriminate surveillance.
The need to be observed and understood is when satisfied by
That's the hive mind. All these individual AIs, all that. All his name is Morpheus? I didn't even know that. So who he supposed to be? Morpheus? I didn't see. Now I gotta play that game. I might start playing games in this channel, because I want to find out what these niggas is talking about. And they have everything hidden in these games, in these codes, in the Matrix. But I'm about to wrap this up, y'all. I don't know. I'm off today. I got mad shit. I got to edit. Go watch my last video. Go look at how I create all my content and shit now. And Hollywood is fucked. I gotta go create some shit for a few clients. I gotta go finish building I gotta go update my agent. Yo, if you don't got an agent, go make one. Stop using ChatGPT. Get a Claude and build the agent. Use Notebook LM. Feed Notebook LM a bunch of content, a bunch of YouTube videos, a bunch of documents, all type of shit. Feed all the great information to Notebook LM, and then create a prompt where you extract all the key information from it, and then turn all that extracted information into a file, into a MD file. That's a markdown file, and then save it. So let's say you got a bunch of information on the laws of the United States of America, and you extract it as an MD file. Now you can feed that file to your Claude, and now your Claude has a skill set in all the laws. And I did that for everything. I do that for laws, for script writing, for my movie directing, for every single thing I need for my job, to learn how to create websites, to learn how to create apps, to learn how to create, for coding, for everything. So so instead of me going to hire somebody or ask for help for anywhere else, I go to my personal agent. So I'm just building my own personal robot. And Elon Musk said that in the future we're all gonna have our own personal robots. And I know everyone doesn't, but I know I do. It's not in the physical, but it's definitely an agent that I use on a daily basis. You know, it should be scanning the web right now for the top cryptos. You know, and every time it gets something wrong, it has to teach itself what it did wrong to learn. So it's self-learning. It's learning about every fucking thing. You know, I might make a video about that next. I'm saying, if anybody see this shit, if y'all want to see that video, leave some kind of comment. I don't fucking know. put a bomb or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't fucking know. I'm just talking my shit right now. It's a lot of shit I want to get off my chest with this AI shit. I might just leave these notes for my daughter, so one day in the future she could just see. Cause no one else pays attention to this shit. Like, ain't no one else paying attention in this land. She's young right now, and right now she doesn't even understand. But when she gets older, maybe I could show her these videos. I might not be here, but I might be here. I don't know. But she can see this shit and be like, damn, my pops, this nigga was on this shit. Like, he knew this shit, or he was paying attention. He wasn't no dumbass nigga. You feel me? Alright, I'm out of here though. Leave a comment or some shit. I don't fucking know.